Please welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos with commentaries and also educate you guys are the real MVP. Alright, lovelies, let's dive into today's video. So, lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok and I thought to share with you guys where a lot of people are reacting to the fact that California farmers are actually raising the alarm towards the mass deportation. They were like, what is going to happen if these guys are all deported? Like, these are the same people that actually supported the cause of TP. I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of all the stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We're just here for educational and informative purposes, lovelies. Alright, lovelies, let's dive into it.
California farmers are raising the alarm that the plans of President-elect Elon Musk and his First Lady, Donald John Trump, to deport immigrant workers might significantly hinder those farmers' ability to harvest the crops that they grow and might eventually lead to these farmers being ruined. Only here's the thing, those farmers supported Donald Trump during the election. Now, if you're a Trump supporter, probably thinking, well, I'm not a California farmer. Here's the thing, those farmers create 50% of the produce that's sold here in the United States. Now, if you combine their inability to grow that produce with tariffs on imported produce, what the hell do you think that's going to do to your grocery prices? I'll give you a hint, they're going to go through the fucking roof.
So what the hell are you crying about? Oh, this is what you voted for. He's doing exactly what he said he would do. And now you're out here crying, but I don't feel sorry for you. I don't feel sorry for you. I do feel sorry for those of us who understood the fucking assignment, and we're still gonna find out anyway.
44% of farm workers in the United States today do not have green cards and are working illegally. More than 50% of the farm workers in New York State are working illegally. United States farms contribute over $1 trillion to the U.S. economy. You want to know the fastest way to a recession and everybody eating canned tuna and Chips Ahoy cookies? Deport all the undocumented immigrants, including half the farm workers in the United States.
If you watch that video, you'll see 40% of the farm industry is undocumented workers, but I'm going to open your eyes and actually let you see what's going on here in America. About 60% of every job in America is some type of illegal migrant worker. I'm going to tell you why. Because a lot of Americans do not want to get their hands dirty. The people that do these jobs, they're willing to do jobs that no one wants to do. They will be a sewer cleaner. They will do jobs that no one wants to do. And people will bitch when they take these jobs, even though nobody wants them. Okay? When we think of illegal immigrants here in America, we think everyone is Mexican. We're racist when we think of it. Why do we think they're all Mexican? Because Mexico is a country south of us. And there's a big border which goes from California to Texas. So, obviously, every illegal person in this country came from that country, right? Because that's how we think. Did you know we have illegal people from Belize, from Brazil, Peru, Guatemala? All of South America is up here. Not only that, Canada. So, if you committed a crime in Canada and you needed to get away, what would you do? Cross over into America because now your government can't find you. Makes sense, right? We're, as Americans, we think every Hispanic person is an illegal. If someone speaks Spanish around us, they obviously don't know English. That's how Americans think. We are all races, and we're racially biased. We assume all illegal workers here are Mexican. That's not true. Like I just told you, all of South America comes here to America. Canada comes here to America. And Asia. Look how many people come to America every day. Like New York City, about 40 to 50% of New York City itself is illegal immigrants. Why? Because people come to large cities like Los Angeles, New York. They come here as tourists, and they simply stay past their visa date. So a lot of people come into the country legally and stay after their visa expires. And they just don't go home. And it's easy to find jobs as an undocumented worker here in America because people always need them. There's a lot of corporations that are billionaires because they only use migrant workers from without passports or green cards or anything like this. And here's one fucked up thing. If you live in Mexico and you come to America, or you're of Mexican descent and you live in America, you have to have a green card. You don't have to have a green card for Canada. You sure don't. And as Americans, we constantly focus on building a wall to protect this country. We are over here investing all the taxpayers' money building a goddamn wall from Texas to California, when we have a larger border which goes all the way from Washington all the way to Maine. That's right, Washington to Maine. That's the Canadian border. It's this big, while the Mexican border's this big. So we have a 3-time larger border for a country that we assume everyone in that country is a howdy-doody type guy. Hey, top of the morning to you. Hey, how you doing? It's like, hey, we're just going to sit here. We're going to get drunk on Canadian beer, and we're going to let you rob us. We don't lock our doors, and no one in the entire country locks their doors, even if they live in the hood. And if you go in their yards and you rob them, that's like, oh, hey, do you need any help getting into the car? Exactly. That's how we think. We think Canadians are angels and Mexicans are the devils. You know why? Probably because they like the word diablo. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I'm not. Like I said, this is all called racial bias, and America is a racial bias country. We just assume everyone that is here illegally comes from the same country. That right there is racist. And you know, we are a racist biased countries. You know, we focus all our racism on, you know, specific, you know, races, and that's how this country was built, on racism, and it's bad. So if they take all the undocumented workers out of this country will not survive. Why? Because Americans are too lazy to work. Americans are too lazy to work. And Americans, we think we know our worth, which is way more than people's willing to pay. I'm just saying. Well, if you're paying these illegal workers $15 an hour, I need at least 50. Now this person's going to be out an additional $35 just because you're American. Tell me how that makes sense. How does that help the economy? How does that help the economy? And here's the thing. Whenever they get all these illegal workers and send them to all 217 countries that they come from, that's right. What's going to happen? Oh yes, this is what's going to happen. The American economy is just going to plummet right to the fucking ground. It's going to cost $20 for a dozen of eggs. It's going to cost about $50 a gallon of gas. Why? Because we had all these cheap workers here in America that we simply don't have anymore. And now we have to pay minimum wage. We have to do this. We have to do that. So what's this mean? This means that the American country itself is going to be fucked without the illegal workers. We need these illegal workers to make American economy and the cost of living cheap here. And if you notice, the cost of living is constantly rising. So we need undocumented workers in America. They are a necessity to keep the people that don't want to be in the trenches digging ditches, that don't want to be cleaning out porta potties, that don't want to be knee deep in shit all day just to make $7 an hour. And somehow you're a millionaire in your country. Even $1 is like 18 to 20 pesos, but still, no one's no millionaire working in the trenches doing shit work that Americans don't want to do. Just think of this: before you go and deport people to their countries that's doing shit jobs, whenever they leave, those shit jobs are still going to be available. And now that we don't have people that we say, wow, we don't want those jobs anyway, they're going to be the jobs that us Americans are going to be forced to take. Why? Because those jobs were always around, and they're part of, they're a necessity of, to keep the economy running. And Americans are too lazy to work. Everybody wants to play video games. So when they take the people out of the country that's willing to work, and we just have Americans, we're all fucked. Just so you know.
California farmers are raising the alarm that the plans of President-elect Elon Musk and his First Lady, Donald John Trump.
Because we wanted black jobs, black jobs. We wanted black jobs, black jobs. So they're going to deport everybody. So we can have black jobs, black jobs. Black jobs, black jobs. Is that thunder? Is that Jesus? I know that can't be thunder. It must be a plane or something outside. It can't be thunder. Jesus has been a real punk bitch lately. Hasn't wanted to come around and have a drink. Don't care. I'm just curious what the sound is. That's all. Being nosy, inquisitive. Without a black job. Without a black job or any job. Do you really want to see somebody lose their mind? When they ask you what you do for a living, reply nothing. The atrocity, the audacity, the atrocity, the audacity. Are you retired? No, I just choose not to work. Well, what do you do for money? Absolutely nothing. That's impossible. You would starve. And yet, I eat. It's a strange thing. Now, the Corporation of America, through a very detailed and explained chain of events, has killed every fruiting tree. There is nothing left but male trees and plants all across the United States. Then they invented something called HOAs, so you could have manicured lawns. And the men stand outside on Saturday and Sunday morning, have pissing contest with one another on the manicured lawns. They did that all by themselves with their very own tools that they then leave behind all across America. Rotting houses full of stuff. YouTubers go in, they film it, they spend the night, they move on. Hell, sometimes the security of the house sees them there, but they're not bothering anything, so nobody calls the cops. Anyway, I definitely lost my train of thought, but thank you for hanging out with me for a moment as I spend my time doing nothing.
Like seriously, lovelies, when I tell people that this FA and FO season is not something that will end so soon, a lot of people were like, people are going to get over it. People are going to, adjust and start accepting the realities. So these particular farmers, during the course of the rallies and all of that, they were all in support of TP taking over. During that time, a lot of people were just so eager for him to be there. And now that he is finally where so many people, high percentage of people want him to be, he's not actually sitting well with a lot of people. Like, seriously, these farmers know vividly well that the real, will not actually get themselves doing these jobs. They knew that they are incapable of actually paying the people that were supposed to do this job to do those jobs. But they went ahead to put him in place. And now they are all getting so agitated with the fact that mass deportation is going to affect their agricultural produce. Giving room for high grocery prices. The same grocery prices that the orange man actually promised that he is going to drastically reduce the prices. So how is this going to reduce these prices of groceries when these farmers are being deported and nobody is there to do these jobs? And even if they were able to do these jobs, these people that is going to accept to do these jobs is going to probably charge very high. That is, if they want to, or if they will actually accept these jobs. And you think that after all of that, the farmers will have to, import and deposit all of the groceries in the grocery stores, then you will go ahead to shop the groceries so cheaply. Like, seriously. Like, the thing is that the same immigration or immigrants that these people have problem with, other people actually want them in the country. On the other hand, Republicans want immigrants to be deported back to their various countries, both documented and undocumented. I use the word because immigrant by birth, they want to dismantle child or birth whatsoever. And now the same Republicans are still in support of bringing migrants. They call it documented migrants to come do these jobs that is actually meant for like a white collar job, the original job. Like, what is it that they actually want? One time they want to deport immigrant. The second time they still want this immigrant. That means all of the things that have been said prior to elections are all lies and propaganda. Like, the same thing you guys are actually fighting for, that is the same thing you guys are allowing. So what is it? What is the agenda? What is the policy? This is just the fact of calling, pot calling kettle black. You say a word, you don't stand by your words. You want people to believe you, to actually accept whatsoever that comes out from your mouth. Like, seriously? The same immigration or immigrant that you have problems with, that is the same thing that Elon and the other guy was like, oh, we need professionals to come do these jobs. We cannot get some kind of, professional people in America. So we need this migrant from India and whatsoever to come take these jobs. But on the other hand, you want undocumented immigrants to go out. Not only undocumented, and every other ones. Like, seriously, all of these things is just like a joke. It's a joke. They don't really know what they want. When you spill this, you spill that, you get confused of what you actually want. And now these same people that is all clamoring, oh my God, we want this, we want that, and now finding it hard the hard way, knowing that this will eventually make groceries to skyrocket. But this is just the truth. Anyway, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. Please subscribe to this channel if you're here to do that. Like, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one. Up to this extent, thank you so much for all the love and support. Why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. Please subscribe to this channel if you're here to do that. Like, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next